Hello my students, this is Miss Mary and today we will complete our lesson about pure substances and mixtures. In the previous videos we spoke about the mixtures and compounds and elements. Today we will speak about the types of mixtures. So let's start. How can mixtures be classified? We have two types of mixtures. The first kind, in the heterogeneous mixture, we notice that a mixture that does not have a uniform composition. If you look here in this picture, you will find that the red substance up and the blue substance down, they are not mixed completely, or they are not mixed evenly, or they are not mixed totally, up like down. No, it's up different from down. But in the homogeneous mixture, as we see here in the homogeneous mixture, we find that the blue and the red substance, they both mix it completely or mix it evenly, up like down. You notice here in this mixture, up here like down here, they are equally distributed or totally distributed or completely distributed throughout the mixture. So again, the two types of mixtures, heterogeneous and homogeneous mixture. In the heterogeneous mixture, the two substances or more, they are not mixed completely. They are not mixed equally or evenly or the same throughout the mixture. But in the homogeneous mixture, the two substances distributed completely, up like down. They don't have a place that has more substance than another place. They all are completely mixed inside the mixture. Okay, so let's see another examples for heterogeneous mixture. In this kind of mixtures, you can distinguish all the components. Example, the salad. In the salad, you can see the tomato, the onion. You can notice the difference between vegetables. Also here in the fruit salad, you can notice the bananas from kiwis, from orange. You can notice, or you can say exactly what found inside the mixture. Okay, so the heterogeneous mixture, you can separate the mixture, or you can notice, or you can see, or you can identify the substances inside the mixture. Like here also the milk and cereal, you can see the milk and you can see the cereals alone. You can see them and you know what found inside the mixture. Also here in the paella, you can find, you can see the shrimps, the rice. So any mixture you can notice or you know what found inside, we call it heterogeneous mixture. And now let's see examples for homogeneous mixture. In this kind of mixture, you cannot distinguish the component. You can't distinguish. You can say exactly what found inside the component. Like this puree, you don't know exactly what it's made from. I don't know. You know? I don't know. Here also the coffee, they mix it together. The milk and the coffee, they are mixed together. So you cannot take out the coffee out from the milk. They become like one thing. Also milkshakes. You cannot distinguish exactly the strawberry from the milk, from the ice. They become like one thing together. Orange juice, like tomato soup, and also chocolate. The chocolate made from cocoa powder, made from milk, made from maybe butter. So they are mixed completely. You cannot see now the milk inside the chocolate or the cocoa powder alone. They become like one thing. Okay, grade 6. So now we know the difference between homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. The homogeneous, you cannot say exactly what found inside the mixture, and the substances inside the mixture, they are completely mixed or they are totally mixed together, and that's why we call it uniform composition. Up like down. So in the milkshake here, up here like down here. They all are the same shape, the same composition. Okay, but in the heterogeneous, no. In some places substance they found more than another places. We have three types of mixtures: solutions, colloid, suspension. In the solution, particles in the solution are so small Look, you cannot see them. This is not pure water. This is water and it has something else. But the particles are very small, like salt and sugar, so they disappear. You don't see them because they are very, very small. But you can see them with microscope, but with your eyes you cannot see them. In the colloid, particles of colloid, they have medium size. And they stay in the middle. They stay here. They don't go up. They don't go down. They settle. They stay in the middle, like milk, like gelatin, as we said. Okay. Like flour. When you put a spoon of flour in the water and you mix it, you will find the flour all over the water. In the suspension, particles of suspension are large. They are the largest particle here. And that's why they are heavy, and because of gravity they settle out here on the bottom of the cup, or the bottom here, like here in these particles. Look here, the particles inside are large, and that's why they go down inside the mixture. Okay, so again, grade 6, we have how many types of mixtures? 3. Solutions, particles are very, very small and they disappear. In colloid, particles are medium size and they stay in the middle. And in suspension, particles are very large that they settle out or they go down to the bottom. So matter, we said anything that has mass and volume, and we classify matter into 2 types, pure substances or mixtures. In the pure substance, it has only 1 type of atoms, or it has 1 type of molecules, like here. Okay, it can be element or compound. In mixtures, we have 2 types of mixtures. Homogeneous mixture, when all the substance mix it completely or evenly. And here the heterogeneous mixture, when the 2 components or 2 substances, they don't mix. Compare, you will find that the purple atoms down and the molecules up, so they don't mix completely like here. Here they mix together, but here no. Some of them they stay down and some they stay up and they don't mix completely, and this is the heterogeneous. Now we will solve this question in the book, page 61. So please open with me page 61 and let's solve this together. So in this question we need to fill the blanks, and let's see how we can do it. In the beginning here we have matter. Matter is anything that has mass and volume and takes up space. Matter is made of building blocks called atoms. We have the pure substances, and we have another the second kind of matter is mixture. So let's find first what means pure substance. The pure substance has a definite physical and chemical properties. Like, for example, when I speak about gold is a pure substance. It has specific physical properties, like it's shiny, malleable, conduct heat, conduct electricity. It has a specific melting point, boiling point, and also the chemical properties for a pure substance is unique or different. Okay, but in the mixture, a combination of 2 or more substances, and here you can draw any kind of mixture. You can draw pizza, you can draw soil and water, you can draw any kind of mixture, okay, salad, whatever. And let's go now to the types of pure substances. We have 2 types of substances, like first element. We have to draw element, like atoms are the same. You can draw circles of atoms and they all are the same size, okay? And the second kind of pure substances, compound. What is compound? Compound is made of different atoms that chemically combined. Like, for example, water is a compound made from hydrogen atoms, oxygen atoms. They bond together or they connect together by chemical bond, and this is called compound. Okay. The 2 types of mixture, heterogeneous mixture and homogeneous mixture. The heterogeneous mixture, we can draw this picture like atoms. They are different, and some of them they are up and some different substance down. They are not completely mixed. And in the homogeneous, has uniform composition, or they are all the same throughout. Heterogeneous, we have 2 types of heterogeneous mixture, like suspensions, because as we said, the particles of suspensions They are large enough so they settle down to the bottom. This is the first kind. And also we have the colloid. The particles in the colloids are they spread throughout the liquid or gas. And the particles in colloid, they are not large like suspension, and also they are not very small like solutions. Yes. In the solution, one substance dissolves in another substance, and as we said, the particles are very small, and the solution is the only homogeneous mixture. 51 in the beginning of the lesson. In this lesson, atoms combine in different ways to make up all the substances we encounter every day. The atoms, yes, they combine together to make the air that you breathe, to make the water that you drink, the food you eat, so this is true. Next question, salt water can be separated into salt and water. If you remember, we said when we boil salt water, the water evaporates and leaving the salt on the bottom. So yes, we can separate salt water by evaporation, so true. Last one, a mixture of soil has the same chemical composition throughout. Soil is an example for heterogeneous mixture. They are not completely mixed. Okay? False. Okay? In the same page also we have the definition. For example here, example sentence, salt water is homogeneous throughout. What means homogeneous here? Homogeneous means it has the same composition throughout, up like down. If you mix some salt in water, all the water will have the same amount of salt, up like down. Okay, so this means the same composition throughout. Okay, so here in the heterogeneous mixture doesn't have the same composition throughout, like when you mix a mixture of rocks varies from handful to handful. When you take some rocks in your hand or some soil, you have different composition. The soil. 18. Water is a pure substance or mixture. The water here, we call this pure substances or a mixture. Yes, we call it pure substance because it has one kind of molecules. Okay, and here the hydrogen and the oxygen, they have bond between them. They are not separated. If they are separated, we will call it mixture. But here the blue and the red atoms, they combine together to be one thing, or water molecules or water molecules. Okay, so next question, water is an element or compound? Yes, water is compound. Okay, not element because it has the two different types of atoms. In question 20 in the same page, salt water and sand can be separated with, if you mix the sand and water, how can you separate them? By magnet or by filter? Yes, of course, by filter paper. We add the filter paper and we put the water. The sand stays in the filter while the salt water goes down. Question 21. Salt water is homogeneous or heterogeneous mixture? The salt dissolves completely in the water and you cannot see the salt anymore, and this kind of mixture we call it homogeneous mixture. Yes. Okay, question 22. Why do you think that the particles of suspension settle out but the particles of colloid do not? If you remember, in the suspension we said the particles are very large and because of gravity they settle down to the bottom, but in the colloid the particles are not very large like suspension, and also not like solutions. They are not very small to disappear, so they stay suspended in the middle. So the answer, because the particles in suspension are larger than the particles in colloid. The lesson review, lesson 4. In the lesson review here, let's solve it together, page 63. First question, the basic building blocks of matter are called, we said that matter made from small tiny particles called atoms. Yes. Question 2 is a substance that is made up of a single kind of atoms. The substance that has only one kind of atoms, yes, is element. Question 3. Elements and compounds are two types of. Elements and compounds, they are pure substances. Question 4. What is a combination of substances that are combined physically but not chemically? When you mix two things together and they don't have bond between them, we call them mixture. Question 5. What kind of mixture is solution, a suspension, and colloid? We said we have two types of mixtures, homogeneous and heterogeneous. Solution is which kind of mixture? Solution is homogeneous mixture, while colloid and suspensions are heterogeneous mixture. Question 6 is cancelled because this part we need to explain it more, and we will do this in the next lessons. Question 7, fill in the following table and sketch the properties of elements and compounds. How are elements and compounds similar? How elements and compounds are the same? Because both of them are pure substances and both of them they have properties, definite physical and chemical properties. In the next part, how are elements and compounds are different? Elements are made of one type of atoms, but compound they form from different atoms. Okay, grade 6, you understand this question? Okay, so in the next question, question 8, what type of mixture is a salad dressing? Salad dressing is made of, maybe you don't know exactly what found inside, but it's made of oil, vinegar, spices. And if you notice here, they are not mixed completely. The oil is in the top here, the vinegar down, the spices are down here on the bottom layer. So they are not mixed completely, or they are not mixed evenly. Or this mixture doesn't have the same composition all over the mixture. They don't have the same composition, okay? So this is heterogeneous mixture, suspension. Because spices, they have large size, and that's why they settle out down on the bottom. Question 9. Could a mixture be made of only elements and no compounds? Like for example, like the atmosphere or the air. The air is made of nitrogen, made of oxygen, made of carbon dioxide, and made of nitrogen and oxygen. And so this is mixture. So the answer is yes if the elements are not chemically combined. If the elements are not chemically combined, yes, they can make a mixture. Question 10. In question 10, describe a procedure to separate mixture. If we have a mixture of sugar, black pepper, the black pepper we use it for food, and pebbles, how you can separate them? Let's see. First, filter out the pebbles with a sieve. Do you know the sieve that we use? This one has holes inside. You can put the whole mixture inside and shake it. What will happen? The pepper and the sugar will fall down, but the pebbles will stay up because this sieve has holes, but not big to make the pebbles go. The pebbles go down. Then add water to the sugar and pepper. So now you have sugar and pepper. You took out the pebbles. Even you can pick them by your hands, okay? If there is no sieve. Then add water to the sugar and pepper to dissolve sugar only. When you add water, the sugar only will dissolve, but the pepper no, because it doesn't dissolve in water. Then we will use the filter paper. Filter the liquid to remove the pepper. When you get the filter paper, the pepper will stay on the top, on the filter paper, but what will go through the paper? The sugar and the liquid water. Finally, boil the water to separate the sugar. We will make evaporation, and by this way, the sugar will stay on the bottom and the water will evaporate. Okay, grade 6, this was everything for today. So see you soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.